In this video, we've got a tragic update on Emily and Sasha. Remember Emily and Sasha from season 7 of 90 Day Fiancé? Self-professed party girl Emily met personal trainer Sasha at a gym in Moscow, Russia. Sasha was Emily's personal trainer, and despite being married at the time to his second wife, Sasha denies all allegations that he cheated on his wife with Emily. Either way, the couple were engaged within 8 months of officially beginning dating, with Sasha proposing to her in an elevator. Very romantic. Before long, they had a baby together, their son Davidka, or David as they usually call him. But the birth wasn't smooth sailing. You see, after a grueling 7-hour labour, Emily suffered serious complications and was forced to undergo an emergency C-section. What made this whole ordeal even more frightening was that the birth took place in Russia, and bearing in mind Emily couldn't speak much Russian, things must have been very scary for her. Now, you might remember from Stephen and Olga's experience of childbirth in Russia that partners aren't usually allowed in the hospital room while women are in labour. This time, however, given the complications of the birth and Emily's inability to understand what the doctors were saying, Sasha was allowed into the emergency room to help translate. And on that occasion, thankfully, little David was delivered safely. Sadly, this time round for Emily's second pregnancy, they haven't been as lucky, and Emily has just made a heartbreaking announcement about the status of her second pregnancy. You see, in June of 2021, Sasha revealed by accident that he and Emily were expecting baby number 2 together. Sasha shared photos on IG of little David wearing a t-shirt with the words "Big Brother", and when fans picked up on the clue, reluctantly Emily confirmed that she was indeed pregnant, but she also admitted she would have liked to have kept it secret for a little longer. But once the secret was out the bag, Emily did begin opening up more to her followers, revealing that she was having a tougher time with this pregnancy and that she was having skin problems. But at the same time, she revealed that she would, quote, be thrilled if it's a girl, and that, quote, Sasha hopes it's another boy. Unfortunately, Emily has just broken the shocking news that, sadly, she suffered a miscarriage. Posting an IG story, she said, quote, "Hi all, it's been a while. There is always a certain amount of risk when announcing a pregnancy early. Sadly, I went through a loss a few weeks ago. I've been keeping to myself and working on grieving and healing." It's tragic news, and we wish her and Sasha our heartfelt condolences. The couple, who had been living in Idaho since the show, were actually in the process of moving back to Russia permanently. Now, I don't know if the stress of a big move may have been an extra burden on Emily's shoulders, but it appears that the miscarriage hasn't altered their plans and they are pressing ahead with the big move. It's also been revealed that Sasha is not currently with Emily. She said, quote, "I am also not in Russia. We ran into a snag and I couldn't get my visa in time. We decided it would be best if Sasha went ahead and started setting up our life there. I am in Idaho with David. My Russian visa invitation is in process and I hope that both of us will be reunited with Sasha in September. It has been the hardest month of my life to say the least, trying to stay focused so we can all be together again." Now, it's not clear whether the miscarriage happened while Sasha was in the States and then he went off to Russia, or whether he was in Russia when it happened. But what we do know for sure is that Sasha has had a tough time since moving to America. Early on during the pandemic, he actually caught the coronavirus, and while the virus itself didn't affect him too badly, the fact that all gyms had to be closed meant he wasn't able to continue working as a personal trainer after he recovered, and so he had to resort to temporary jobs, working as a delivery driver in order to provide for his family. Don't forget, Sasha also has 2 other children from his 2 ex-wives still in Russia, and presumably that desire to be closer to his kids and his parents factor into their decision to relocate the family permanently. I've got to say, in 90-day history, it's quite rare for couples to move away from the States once they've actually been granted a K1 visa, and the only other one that I can actually remember is Kyle and Noon, who moved to Thailand for a while, but even they ended up coming back to the States not long after. Anyway, hopefully Sasha can get everything organised before Emily and David join him over there. Apparently their plan is to rent back their old apartment that they all used to live in, and of course we hope that the big move goes as smoothly as possible for them all. For now at least, Emily is at home, no doubt being supported by her mum and her sister Betsy, and we wish them all the very best, and once again we send our heartfelt condolences for their loss. If you'd like to know more about what Stephen and Olga are up to these days, including a shocking murder and their plans for moving back to Russia, I'll include a link for you to check out now. And if you've made it this far to the end of the video, do me a favour, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing for lots more 90 Day Fiancé updates. Thanks for watching, catch you on the next video.